What's up, guys? It's Chris here to talk about last night's fights. I'm just going to touch the boxing up real quick because I watched these fights after I got home from the WEC. I was pretty tired. First up, Alfredo Angulo against Joel Julio. The fight went the way I thought it would for the most part, although Joel Julio did better than I thought. I thought Angulo to get him out of there sooner. Julio boxed, actually fought one of his better fights, even in a losing effort. Showed a lot of good movement, had success early, but mid-rounds you can see Angulo taking over. Seemed to be getting to him, wearing him down, dropped him with that big right in the 11th. The ref waved it off. I actually thought Julio would have continued, but I think Angulo probably would have finished him off. Good win for Angulo. He's got to keep away from certain styles, though. I think Sergio Martinez would box circles around Angulo all night. I think Paul Williams would probably beat Angulo pretty handily as well, but still looking forward to seeing all of Angulo's fights. And it was a good performance by Julio. I don't see him having too much success in the division in the future, but he did fight a good fight. Next up, we had Thomas Adamek against Chris Arreola. I picked Arreola to win this fight. Adamek won. I didn't agree with the judge that gave it a draw. I thought Adamek clearly won. Chris Arreola won a few rounds, probably 3 straight rounds, but aside from that, I thought Thomas Adamek clearly won most of the other rounds. There were a few times where Adamek was stumbling around, but I don't necessarily think he was really hurt, in all honesty. I just think that the weight of Arreola's punches, was moving him around. It was pushing him around. It's like when you see a bigger kid fighting a littler kid and they push him around. It doesn't necessarily mean you're always hurting the guy. It just means you have so much force and momentum behind you, so much more strength that you can move the guy. I thought that's what Arreola was doing with a lot of his punches, but I don't think he was actually hurting Adamek a lot at times, as the commentators would lead you to believe. Although, I don't know. I have to talk to 97 Rough and a couple other guys I know that were there and get their opinions. But Thomas Adamek, good performance. Not the most. It was a good fight. It was entertaining, but I thought Adamek held a little bit too much at times. Rightfully so. I don't blame him for doing so. And if the ref doesn't, say anything, he should do it. But either way, a good win for Adamek and a impressive win. Arreola, I still think he needs to drop a few pounds, But other than that, he still got life in the division. Moving on, Mikhail Kessler called Froch. Mikhail Kessler gets a unanimous decision win here. I watched this fight like around 1 last night. I was dead tired. I didn't score it. I thought it was close. I thought both fighters had their moments. I thought Kessler, he was more active. I thought he landed more. But I thought Froch at times landed the more effective punches. It's kind of, what's your criteria? Close fight. I could have seen it going either way. I could have seen it a draw, in honesty. I'm not surprised Mikhail Kessler got the decision, being it was in Denmark. Didn't sound like Froch was all that surprised afterwards with the interview either. He didn't have too much of a problem with it. But close fight. I'd like to hear you guys' thoughts. Who do you guys think won the fight? And do you think Froch was robbed? I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. I'm really looking forward to the third round of this Super 6, though. There's some really good matchups. But, it was a close fight. It was a good fight. I don't know. I still think Froch may have more success in this tournament, though. So, we'll see. Moving on to the WEC, Jose Aldo versus Urijah Faber. Good event. I was able to attend it. I was fortunate to be able to attend it, I got there a little bit late, so I missed the first fight. I'll just go over the fights real quick that I saw, or as I saw them. Takeo Mizugaki against Hanayaha. I don't believe you guys got to see this fight. You didn't miss out. Hanayaha, even when he was able to get Mizugaki down and got his back, he wasn't able to really threaten him. Mizugaki had great submission defense, or just was able to fend off submissions, and he controlled it on the feet. So Mizugaki gets a unanimous decision win. Chad Money Shot Mendez against Anthony Morrison. Money Shot Mendez got a big ovation from the crowd. He fights out of Sacramento. Trades with Urijah Faber. Got the takedown. Was controlling the fight and slipped on a guillotine choke on Anthony Morrison. Got a quick win. Chad took the fight on like 2 weeks' notice, so it was an impressive win. And looking forward to seeing more of Chad Mendez. He's one of the guys that the WC is banking a lot on in the future. Brad Pickett, Demetrius Johnson. I don't know if you guys got to see this fight. Hopefully you did. It was a really good fight, one of the better fights of the night. Probably the second or third best fight of the night. Probably the second best, in all honesty. Pickett just seemed to have too much for Johnson, both on the feet and on the ground. He controlled him on the ground. He was able to get the better positioning. And on the feet, he landed better shots. Landed pretty good, some pretty solid, I believe, a right hand. So Anthony Morrison just never really had too much success in the fight, in all honesty. But good win for Brad Pickett. Anthony Pettis, Alex Karalexis. Pettis had way too much firepower on the feet than Alex Karalexis, as I figured it would be the case. Karalexis took him down, but he wasn't really threatening Pettis, even though he had him on his back. Anthony Pettis obviously threw on the triangle choke. Threw it on really quick. It was out of nowhere. I didn't even see a setup. He just threw it on and ended up tapping Karalexis out. So another impressive win for Anthony Pettis. Another young guy in the WEC that looks to have a bright future. Leonard Garcia, Chan Sung Young fight. I know this was on Spike. I DVR'd it. I just had to DVR. Someone turned off my switch on my wall. I didn't get to see this fight. Rewatch it. Unfortunately, I love the fact that the Korean zombie Chan Sung Young came out to the Cranberry song Zombie, though. That was great. Most exciting fight of the night by far. Crowd was going crazy. They were behind Leonard Garcia from the get-go. I don't know about the decision. It was close. I thought Chan Sung Young was closer to finishing Leonard on more occasions. I mean, it looked like Leonard was out there on a couple of occasions. I don't know how the fight looked on TV, but Leonard was able to fight back as he always does and survive. Hell of a fight, though. Had the crowd on its feet throughout. Just going crazy. Definitely one of the candidates for Fight of the Year thus far in mixed martial arts. Garcia gets the win. Once again, I could have seen it going either way. I thought Chan Sung Young won. My homeboy that I was with, he thought Leonard won, so Leonard gets the decision. How did it look on TV? Who do you guys think won? And was it as exciting as it was on television as it was to watch live? Next up, we had Scott Jorgensen and Antonio Banuelos. Banuelos controlled the first round, knocked Jorgensen down, but after that, Jorgensen just took over. I don't know what happened to Banuelos. He just didn't look like the same fighter after the first round. Jorgensen outstruck him, out-wrestled him, and got the decision in the rematch. Got the rightful decision. I thought he won the first fight. Didn't get the decision in that fight, but he got the decision here. And look for Jorgensen most likely to face Dominic Cruz next for Dominic Cruz's title defense. Next up, we had Shane Roller against Anthony Njokuani. I picked Anthony Njokuani to win this fight. I thought he'd have too much for Shane on the feet. Unfortunately, he didn't get a chance to display it. Shane took him down, had the superior wrestling, worked him over for positioning, and got a rear naked choke. Not much to say here except for a good win, a good impressive win for Shane Roller. Never was in danger, and don't be surprised if Shane Roller gets a rematch against Ben Henderson for a shot at the title next. Manny Gamborian, Mike Thomas Brown. I picked Mike Brown to win this fight. Big win for Manny Gamborian. Impressive. You know, one thing I got to say is this crowd, even though Mike Brown had beat Urijah Faber twice before, the crowd was heavily supportive. The Sacramento crowd was very heavily supportive of Mike Brown. That was good to see, you know, that actually, you know, they were behind a lot of guys. They were behind Leonard Garcia. They were behind Brown, Cowboy Cerrone. So the crowd, you can tell that they've had WEC events here in the past because the fans are pretty knowledgeable of most of the fighters and stuff. They were good throughout the night, though, the audience, you know. I don't think I heard one USA chant throughout the night, so that's always a plus in my book. But yeah, Manny Gamborian caught Mike Brown with the big shot, dropped him, and finished him off on the ground. Kind of reminded me of the shot that Mike Brown knocked Urijah Faber out with, or dropped Urijah Faber with in their first fight. But really good win for Manny Gamborian. Didn't expect him to win, let alone in that fashion. Don't be surprised if he gets the next title shot against Jose Aldo. Benson Henderson, Donald Cerrone, good fight. Well, maybe not. You know, I'm a big Donald Cerrone fan. I've said it in the past. But I am unbiased. I did think Ben Henderson was going to win this fight. I just didn't think he was going to win in that fashion. What can I say? Ben Henderson took him down. Ben Henderson slapped on a guillotine, and Donald Cerrone tapped out. You know, Ben Henderson must have a hell of a guillotine because he tapped out both Varner and Cerrone. Not only did he tap him out with those, but he tapped them out, and those guys tapped out pretty quick. So, really good win for Ben Henderson. Didn't take any damage, so he may be back defending his title soon, and like I said, possibly against Shane Roller in a rematch. Moving on to the main event, Urijah Faber, Jose Aldo. Every time throughout the night they show Urijah Faber on the screen, the crowd was going nuts. Obviously, when the music hit for California Love, the place was going insane. I mean, the roof practically came off that place, so to speak. People were stomping their feet. They were going crazy for Urijah Faber. Not a surprise, in all honesty. A lot of people really thought he'd win. I saw a lot of people wearing the No Way Jose shirts. So I was thinking, yeah, unlikely. But I thought Jose was going to win, so I wasn't surprised. You know, Urijah Faber probably won the first round. Didn't do a whole lot, but neither did Jose. But the rest of the fight was all Jose Aldo. He just kicked the hell out of Urijah Faber's leg. He took his leg out, his lead leg, and Urijah couldn't do nothing. You know, Urijah Faber's a fighter that relies a lot on explosiveness and quickness, and he couldn't do it after the second round. Jose Aldo had just taken, you know, his leg and his spring out of him. I was surprised Jose Aldo never went for the finish. You know, the crowd also didn't seem to be too appreciative of that. But I don't know. It was funny because I don't know what the crowd wanted. You know, obviously the crowd was there for Urijah Faber. So do you want Urijah Faber to get knocked out? But I don't know. Jose Aldo definitely won this fight easily, though. Controlled the last 4 rounds. Urijah Faber showed a lot of heart in surviving. I didn't think he was going to make it. I kept thinking Jose was going to take him out because he was basically a one-legged fighter. But whether Jose Aldo just wanted to, you know, be cautious or if he wanted to have a mercy or have mercy on Urijah. I don't know, but either way, a dominant win for Jose Aldo. And like I said, I wouldn't be surprised to see him face Manningham Murray next. As for Urijah Faber, I don't know what's next for him, but it's going to take him a while to heal up that leg because it looked to be in pretty bad shape. Anyways, really good event though. I want to hear how it came across on pay-per-view. You know, I didn't get to see it on pay-per-view. I haven't talked to anyone yet. So let me know how it came across on pay-per-view, please, if you ordered it. Be sure and check out the websites at WillBeBloodFightShow.com, leaveitinthering.com, my Twitter if you're interested. Links in the information part, as always, under the video. Be sure and check out the radio show this Thursday. And until then, guys, I'm out.